Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FBC Centre here in Finch-Hampstead, Wokingham, for this British Wheelchair Basketball National League Division 2 South game between the Thames Valley Kings second team and the Plymouth Fusion second team. We hope this is going to be a great live game. You're joining us after watching the Division 3 South game against Kings and Arrows. Well, that was a close one. Everybody, this is Peter Scoyne, teacher commentator, and beside me, playing on his phone, is our chief camera operator, who wanted a fancy new title, so I've given him one. He's not got a cup of coffee. No, you don't get any increase in pay, Red, unfortunately. So our chief camera operator is, of course, Ren. Thank you for joining us, Ren. Yeah, you say that now. Who are you? Where did that come from? And for everybody watching at home, our coach and assistant coach for King's second team, Patrick O'Donovan, is the coach, with Reece Barker, the assistant coach. Yeah, it's on. And before we get started, we're just going to let you know about the officials. Today, Grace Jacker is the official for this one. And on the table today, as I don't know, Ian, Vicky. Oops. Okay, and the table officials today. Let's get it on the screen. That's what you get when you hire monkeys. On the table official today, Vicky Thomas is doing the clock, and Jacqueline Scoyne-Gas, whose name doesn't quite fit in the box, is doing the book. So thank you very much for spending your time there. So whilst we're talking, let's get some lovely details on where we stand in Division 2 South. Today's game is high-flying Plymouth Fusion, currently 5-2, in fourth against Kings in fifth. Kings have played one more game than Fusion. Fusion will be looking to kind of get their season back on track. A win here would see them joint on points with the Bears too. And if you go down to the woods today, you'll be pleasantly surprised that both the Warwickshire Bears and Sussex Bears lead the table. At the bottom here, we've got Swansea Storm, have only played 2 games so far. And London Titans currently filling the 7th spot. Filling out the table, we've got Black Hawks in 3rd and Cardiff Met Archers, who are in 6th respectively. Big weekend of action here. This weekend in the British Wheelchair Basketball National League Division 2 South. Kings 2 versus Fusion 2, you're watching that today. But tomorrow we've got the Bears 2 versus Swansea Storm at 12. Black Hawks and Sussex Bears will meet at 3:20 with the Met Archers against the Titans third team at 4:30. And the next fixtures for the Thames Valley Kings are on March 5th, next weekend, Sussex Bears versus Kings second team and Sussex Bears 2 versus Kings third team. On the 5th of March and the 6th of March, CWBA are going to be at home against our first team in the Premier Division. That is on Sunday, March 6th. And whilst we talk about that, we'll have a quick little look at the Premier League table. Kings are not in action this weekend, but Mohawks jumped the Owls after winning against Kings last weekend. It's heating up here in this Premier Division. There's plenty of teams that can get that top spot. And there's going to be a huge relegation battle at the bottom of the table as well. And in the Premier League this weekend, Owls versus Titans at 3:30 and tipping off in about 2 minutes. Followed by Otters versus Monarchs tomorrow at 12. CWBA versus Steelers at 4. That's the 3-minute buzzer you can hear in the background. So we're going to get started with this game very shortly. Just under 2 minutes left to play. 2 minutes left to go before we start playing, should I say. Kings doing their final warm-up alongside Fusion. Team news for everybody here. Starting lineup for Plymouth Fusion 2 will be Coma, Rolf, Founders, Stevens, Clifton. And starting lineup for Thames Valley Kings, PJ O'Donovan, Yaz, Conor O'Donovan, Joe Humphreys, and Zach Geary. Players are back at the bench. Now, got about 1:20 left to go. Probably not the best time to start moving the camera, especially when the ref walks in front of it. Hopefully that will be fine. We want to make sure you guys can see the amount of time left on the clock. I won't play with it in the mid-game like I did the last one. Lost 2 minutes in the second quarter. Just want to make sure that you can see at home how long is left in our quarters. We also have replays available. We'll try and do those at the end of every quarter, just to give you a fresh feel and look as we move forward in this game. 1:30 now. Also a shout out to young Oscar Knight, who is the head coach of this second team. For Plymouth. And a friendly reminder of the coaching staff to the Thames Valley Kings. Second team, Patrick O'Donovan is the coach. We have Maurice Barker, the assistant coach. There is no 24-second clock handler today. Maybe that's a good thing, who knows? Kings coming out of the court. Team shot led by young Henry Davis there. Number 94. This Plymouth team full of a couple of young lads and also a couple of slightly older gentlemen. Hopefully this one will be a cracking game for everybody. Fusion are playing in orange. If you're watching this on the black and white TV, it's the 21st century, please don't. And it'll be Clifton and Conor Donovan that will do the tip in this one. And the arrow is up. And Conor wins the tip. And it's Yaz bringing the ball up for Thames Valley Kings. Fusion bringing 6 players today. It's a long tip. Wow, Conor O'Donovan. believe that is Coma. Coma with number 2. And the ball has gone back to 21. That's off. He gets the 2. That's bring the ball up. Geary breaks out. Great defensive work here. Conor O'Donovan is in. He only just manages to grab the ball, but doesn't quite get the shot off. The ball rolls out of play. It's going to be a Plymouth ball. Ball being batted by Sanders. Into Coma. Fusion have got a very interesting history as Clifton passes the ball back to Coma. Ball hits the rim, comes down. And that is Stevens. Ball is up. Sanders, great defence here for Kings. As Conor O'Donovan brings the ball up. So Plymouth Fusion used to be Plymouth Storm many years ago when we first entered the league. Then they became the Raiders. Well, we had the issue with the Raiders down in Plymouth. They recently got taken over. And shot goes off from Geary there, but it's deflected back, and it's Founders with the ball. They'll bring the ball up. See the intensity of this Division 2 team. Both these teams on the ground out the big W. Founders ball is loose, but it's picked up by Clifton. Ball over to Stevens. Ball goes up, bounces out of the key, comes down. 2. And it's Yaz picking the ball up as he passes over the halfway line. All square here, 2-all, 7:26 remaining. O'Donovan now, he loves that position, that screen shot from the edge, but he's going to have to do something with it. He's running out of time. Shot goes up, hits the rim, comes down. It's picked up. Clifton tries to get the break, but it's picked up by PJ O'Donovan. And Clifton knows he sees the foul, puts his hand up. It's a push foul on number 99 for Fusion. That's, of course, his first personal, because there's only been one foul in the entire game so far. Joe Humphreys bringing the ball in for Thames Valley Kings. And we've got a substitution in already here. Joe Humphreys for Henry Davis. And we've got an issue with points here, so we're also going to have Geary coming off for Travers. And I bet you he's been wanting to say that all day. Yaz across to PJ on the elbow. His brother's trying to give him support. PJ's looking for space. PJ playing around with the ball. He's looking for an outlet. Can PJ find one? He does with Yaz. Yaz, it's 3-second call against Yaz here. 6:43 left, 2-2 the score. Into the end of the first quarter. 6:40 left. It will be Coma bring the ball up for Fusion. Tussle inside the box. And the hand goes up for Clifton. Doesn't quite fall. Goes down to Rolf, I believe. He grabs his free throw back. Goes back to Comer. He'll try a shot from outside. He gets it. Great shot from Comer. .607 left. 2-4. First quarter of this game. Long way to go. Both teams have got some very young talent on display here. And it's intercepted by number 77 as the table goes all over the place. And we may have just been able to scramble back the clock. I hope to get it back in a second. Ball hit the table. And it's PJ O'Donovan with the ball over to his brother. His brother says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." And that's 2 for him. And the pressure there, it's number 77 now. Stevens cross to Clifton. And it's Comer, but the ball is out of his hands. He grabs it back. The interception and the pass by Conor O'Donovan. But it's intercepted back by Stevens. He tries a swishing little pass, but it doesn't quite hit. And you can hear the bench on the Plymouth side saying, calm the ball down a little bit. Both these teams going 120 miles an hour. Expect anything less. Yaz picks the ball up in the halfway line. We'll get the clock working as soon as we can. We apologise for any inconvenience that may cause you. PJ O'Donovan now. Across to Yaz. What's Yaz going to do here? He's going to take a shot from the elbow. Or is it going to be a pass to O'Donovan of the PJ variety over to his brother Connell? Waiting nicely for the ball. Ball bounces down. It's picked up by Comer, I believe. 4:52 left. We'll fix the clock when there's a timeout. 76 out of the ball. That's Founders. Cross to Comer. Comer cross to Founders. Founders gets his own rebound. Hits the bound up. It's picked up by PJ O'Donovan. And it's PJ O'Donovan bring the ball up. And it's PJ O'Donovan. It's going to go for 2. And the foul is called on 21 for a push. And I believe we're going to have the clock back. Only just. This is the first one. 4:20 on the clock. Hits the rim, comes down, out of play. It's going to be a fusion ball. Great pass from Comer across to number 21. Ralph, ball comes down. After the mid lanes. Colin Founders against the ball. Comer with the long 2. You can't argue with a long 2. I've always said it. If you can get those long 2s, you don't need to get in the key. Yaz brings the ball up for Thames Valley Kings now. 3:46 left in this first quarter. PJ O'Donovan with the ball, spins it round. He'll have a crack. Ball hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Clifton. Clifton across to Rolf. Ball goes loose. It's going to be tried to be picked up by Stevens, but he can't get there. It's going to be a Thames Valley Kings ball. 3:27 left on the clock as Yaz brings it over the halfway line. We'll go across to PJ O'Donovan. Oh, and he gets that one. A lovely shot from Mr. PJ. level game here. 3 minutes left in the first. Homer bringing the ball up for Fusion. We know his 2-pointer is deadly. He's going to try another one here. Hits the rim, comes down, is tipped up by PJ O'Donovan. Number 42 of Kings. Stevens for Fusion is trying to block people out here. PJ O'Donovan still with the ball. He'll go for the 2. It bounces out. And here, across to Stevens. Clifton's looking behind, going, where did the ball go? And Founders throws the ball out, knowing it's going to be a back pass, well, a back court, sorry. So King have the ball much faster. And Todd Travers goes off for young Corey Bloomfield, sporting a new tattoo, I see. Number 42 now, PJ O'Donovan. We know what he can do from that elbow. We've seen it. Over to to Bloomfield. And it is now Ralph with the ball. Across to Stevens. Stevens and O'Donovan. Chasing it down, but Stevens still has it. Over to Ralph. Hits the rim, comes down, picked up by O'Donovan. And it's Yaz with the ball now. And referee doesn't stop it. She does now. And it looked like Henry went into him. That was offensive. And as you can see, Grant Barker running onto the court there. Thames Valley Kings Premier League coach. We have a substitution here. It's going to be Ralph off for Knowles for Fusion. 1:28 remaining on the clock. Score is 6-all. I don't know if you can read that clock today. It's very fuzzy. PJ O'Donovan bringing the ball in for Kings. Both teams are moving. You can hear the coach from the Kings side telling his players to keep moving. And that's... And no basket. That's a 24-second violation. It will not count. It will be a Fusion ball. Knowles bring the ball in to Stevens. Ball goes over. Comer with that one, 2. And Corey Bloomfield brings the ball up to Yaz. Too much on the pass when he takes the ball back. Apologises and passes to him again. So Yaz with the ball now. He's had a cracking season, Yaz. PJ O'Donovan now. Cross to Henry. Henry, it's a poor shot. 35 seconds left in this first quarter. And that's a good ball there by Clifton. And he's got a steamroll up the field. The ball goes to the fence. Stevens finishes it. It looks like that might be enough for them to take the lead. 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter. If you're interested in foul trouble, it's just the one foul on Except so far. Nothing for Kings. This has been a great first quarter. 5 seconds remaining. We need a shot off. We don't get one. We do. But it misses. Ball goes out of play. 6-4 at the end of the first. And let's see if we can get some selected highlights on that one. He says. Goes in, goes to Peter Rapley. The basket is good. He will go to the line. Replay of the last game. And the arrow is up. And it's PJ O'Donovan with the ball over to his brother. His brother says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." Oh, he gets that one. A lovely shot from Mr. Big. Block people out here. PJ O'Donovan still with the ball. He'll go for the two. It bounces out. Welcome back. Just to let you know, our BWB Junior League team, Elite 8, that's coming soon in April. And we want to thank Gaz Promotional and the rest of the guys you can see there. Next fixtures for Kings, Sussex Bears away on Saturday, and on Sunday, CWBA in the Premier League. And we're going back to the second quarter of this game. So, still in the huddle, and Fusion in the park right in front of the camera there. That's number 66. Knowles. I hope he's washed his hair because you can see the dandruff. I'm joking. There we go. Fusion up by 2. It's Homer on the side, gets it over the ball is pushed out. Yes, bringing the ball up now. That's looking for it over the Bloomfield. Hits the rim. With a bit more time there. Clifton looking for an outlet. Finds one with Flanders. Back to Clifton. Clifton now. He's got plenty of options. Scooting around players. It's going to be a great basket. Seriously believe they're going to stop the chairs here in this one. As Yaz brings the ball up. And it's PJ O'Donovan now, the ball. 4-point game, 6-10. Yes. Ball goes. 2-point game, 8-10. Stevens will bring the ball up for Fusion. Stevens still. Stevens playing his option, looking for an outlet, finds one with Founders. Ball goes in. It goes to Knowles. Clifton. That's number 2. Oh, get on the wrong side. Apologies. Joys of live streaming. Shiaz brings the ball up for 10th Valley Kings, second team. PJ O'Donovan. O'Donovan. Cross. Oh, ball comes down. That was O'Donovan there with the shot. Bit of a fast break here in Stevens. Chasing it down. The ball bounces over. And it's picks it up. Great attack. And Bloomfield picks the ball up from Yaz. Over to Colin O'Donovan. Colin O'Donovan gets the two. That's us back to 10-12. All to play for in this one. 7 minutes 10 left on the clock. This is Knowles with the ball. Knowles across to Clifton. He's going to have a cracking game, you can tell. Coma, he loves those long twos. Hits the rim. That's a great game, his ball. We'll go back to Fusion. Drifter grabs the ball there, and the whistle's gone. It won't count. And the foul is on PJ O'Donovan. It's going to be in line. For an outlet, finds one in Coma, 1-2. Tips down, but the ball is still in play. Kings celebrate that one way too early. They're detesting that the ball was out of play, but I don't think it was. They took their eyes off the prize, and they got punished. Yaz brings the ball up. O'Donovan. PJ O'Donovan now with the ball, number 42. Elbow shot, hits the rim, comes down, it's picked up by Stevens. Fusion's second team against King's second team here at the FBC Centre. Ball goes long, goes to Coma. Ball goes long, it's up. 4-point game here, team for the team. Ball comes in. And Noel's trying to get the defensive work out. He's pushing out a session today. Yeah, he's looking for an option. Ball goes into O'Donovan, who sneaks in the back. There's two there. Very nice. Ball goes into Coma. He's bringing it up. Sets team's backs. We know he's good at this too. Kings. Ball goes up, ball comes off the wheel, and it's picked up by Henry Davis. And the foul is made. It's offensive against Henry Davis. He didn't have control of his chair. He will try and argue it. The foul is on 94. That's his first of the day. 5:17 left in this second quarter. 2-point ball game, 12-14. And that is Knowles with the ball now. Putting the pressure on is O'Donovan. Stevens across to Clifton. Clifton gets a cracking 2 off there. One of these Fusion second team players are deadly when they've got the ball. And it's a poor pass from Yaz. You get the sense that they're a little bit flustered now. They just need to slow the ball down. Have control. Stevens now bring the ball up, number 77 for the Fusion. Swinging his options. O'Donovan had his head down, and the ball went to Clifton. Clifton grabbed the ball. The ball comes off, it's bounced out of his hand. It's going to be a King's ball. Clifton's got that never give up attitude. The ball is being rolled in here. 4:38 left on the clock. Ball is picked up, so the clock can now start again. 4-point game. PJ O'Donovan. The ball comes in. Oh, poor pass there from PJ O'Donovan. Knowles bring the ball up. The best thing about Fusion is they've got so many ball handlers, neither one of them can bring it up. 99 now, Clifton. He's had a cracking first game. Goes to Coma. The ball goes under, and that's going to go out of play. It's going to be a Fusion ball. The referee is saying red ball, but it's been corrected by the players. It's an orange ball. They've got marble colours here. They're orange and black. If you're watching the black and white, they're the ones with a funky paint. The basket is good. And it's going to be Homer going up for the 2-point throw. Well, a 1-point extra attempt. So it's one only hit. Ball hits the side, and the ball goes loose. And it's going to be Fusion ball, I would imagine. No, it's going to Kings. I don't think anybody actually touched it. It's Henry Davis rolling the ball in the play. Clock starts again. We've got 4 minutes to go. It's a 6-point game here. It's 12-18. Yaz with the ball out to PJ O'Donovan. PJ O'Donovan likes that position. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a shot off. But no, he passes it to Yaz. It's 14-18 here. Coma. They extend their lead. Coma has that deadly 2-point throw. You can get it from anywhere. Kings are going to have to play a little bit of catch up here. Ball goes to O'Donovan from Yaz. O'Donovan's going to have to think about something here. Ball goes to PJ O'Donovan. He'll try a shot from the elbow, hits the rim, comes down, is picked up by Clifton. And nobody's stopping Clifton, and Comer's away here. He'll have a chance for two. Gets it. Kings want to look at their defence here. You can see Plymouth stretching their lead. 2:38 left in this second quarter. PJ O'Donovan. O'Donovan hits the rim, comes down, goes to Davis. Foul being called. And it's a holding foul on Founders. And substitution being made. Number 94, Henry, is coming off. Oh, no. It's an inline, so we've got subs here. And it looks like Travis is coming on for Davies. I honestly thought it was 2, but it's actually an inline. It's fine. The ball is pumping in. Oh, and the ball, it's a poor pass. It's picked up by Clifton. He'll say, yes, please. Ball comes out. Ball goes to Coleman out. He's loving those long twos. Hits the rim, comes down, is picked up by Flanders. Over to Stevens. Stevens extends that lead now. And I would be very surprised if there wasn't a timeout here. And there is a timeout with the Kings. .145 left in this second quarter as we go into a timeout. Just a little bit of time now to thank for the continuing support of Kennet Radio 106.7, Newbury, Thatcham and Hungerford, the Wokingham Paper and the Newbury Weekly News. Thank you for everybody in Berkshire who are providing us with press coverage of our games as our season continue. We really appreciate the amount of effort you guys put in. And also to Gazcats promotional wear, you'll see the Kings hoodies, shooting shirts, bags, rucksacks, first aid kits, you name it. Those guys based in Newbury put it on the kits for us. And we appreciate that work that they do. Doves Farm, they gave us a great donation at the start of the season. They able to buy a new laptop for our statisticians to start statting our Premier League games. Obviously, the Berkshire Community Foundation always helping us out with getting crucial funding. And Co-op Local Community Fund, thank you for letting us be one of your charities moving forward. We go back to the game now. End of the timeout. I can't for the life of me see the timeout flag. So as soon as I get that working, as PJ Donovan gets in for Yaz, I will take the time off. Timeout off. There we go. Timeout's gone. Yaz with the ball. Over to Bloomfield. Bloomfield back to Yaz. Yaz into PJ O'Donovan. And the ball is loose, punched out by Fusion. And that's Clifton. He's had a cracking game so far. Ball goes over to Stevens. Homer. It's a 10-point game here, 14-24. So over the Founders, hits the rim, comes down, picks up by Nicholas. There's a two-man hustle here, and they want to get it over the halfway line. They do. O'Donovan gets it to his brother. The pass is deflected by Comer. It's picked up by Founders. Moving forward to Clifton. We've got seconds left in this half. 44 seconds remaining. And the whistle is blown. Unfortunately, I didn't see who the ball was, but it must have been 21 for Kings, I believe. 40 seconds remaining in this quarter. Clifton, the ball is punched out. It'll go back to Fusion in the top right-hand corner. 35 seconds remaining. In this half. It's Clifton with the ball. Ball goes over to Comer. He's able to pick that up. Grabs the two, hits the rim, comes down. Picked up by Yaz. And we're down to the last 20 odd seconds. This will be the last offense, hopefully, of this half. Kings are on 4 fouls. Fusion, very clean in this half. No fouls so far. 7 seconds remaining. And they're going to need to get the ball out. PJ O'Donovan with a long two. Hits the rim, comes down. PJ. Conor O'Donovan doesn't quite get it. And that's half time. Cracking little game, this one. It's a 10-point game. Very similar to the last game, actually, which ended 15-24 at the end of the half. This one ends 14-24. And we'll be there shortly to give you some halftime highlights. Goes in, goes to Peter Rapley. The basket is good. We'll go to the line.
The end of the first.
And the arrow is up. And it's PJ O'Donovan with the ball over to his brother. His brother says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." Oh, and he gets that one. A lovely shot from Mr. Big. Block people out here. PJ O'Donovan still with the ball. He'll go for the two. It bounces out. Goes in, goes to Peter Rapley. The basket is good, and he will go to the line. And the arrow is up. And it's PJ O'Donovan with the ball over to his brother. His brother says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." Oh, and he gets that one. A lovely shot from Mr. Big. Block people out here. PJ O'Donovan still with the ball. He'll go for the two. It bounces out. That's good. Ball goes. For an option. Ball goes into O'Donovan, who sneaks in the back. There's two there. Basket is good. PJ O'Donovan likes that position. Wouldn't be surprised if he does get a shot off. But no, he passes it to Yaz. And nobody's stopping Clifton, and Comer's away here. He'll have a chance for two. Gets it. Welcome back, everyone. We're just finishing up at half time now. I don't know what point's going on. We've had our 10 minutes. We're just waiting for people to kind of cruising on back in. People running out. I think table official might be going to the toilet. Who knows? Busy, busy, busy. Hope you enjoyed the replays that we're providing you now. I hope that helps. Something new we started a couple of weeks ago. Well, last week actually, in fact. And we're going to be back with you in just a few minutes here. As you can see, score, it's a 10-point game, 14-24 to Fusion's second team. And we thank them for coming all the way down from Plymouth to see us here in up from Plymouth, down from Plymouth. I don't know where they're coming from. I used to live in Plymouth, actually. I was a student at Plymouth University many years ago.
That explains an awful lot.
Yeah. It does indeed. We'll be back for the third quarter very soon. Third quarter day. Same officials running back. And we got a sarcastic cheer for everybody involved. And for everybody at home, thank you for tuning in for this National League Division 2 game in Division 2 South between Thames Valley Kings second team and Plymouth Fusion second team. And this is starting our third quarter. It is 14-24. I want to thank Ren for his hard work he's doing on the camera.
Chief cameraman.
Chief camera operator, I believe. CCO.
Oh, yes, I like that.
And it looks like it's going to be Travers bring the ball in for Kings. Start of this third quarter. And there we go. Patrick, PJ with the ball. Peter Rafferty now joining in for the Kings. The last game. It's the ball coming down. He's coming on for Donovan. And it's Coma bringing the ball up for Clifton. The whistle has gone. 2 shots. There's a foul on. I don't quite know who the foul was on. Who guesses first? Clifton gets his second. And Chris Nash brings the ball in for PJ O'Donovan. If you're watching in the FBC Centre, you can pick up a copy of our matchday programme. PJ O'Donovan is the selected athlete this week. As Peter Rapley here on the elbow. Darting through traffic. Ball goes back to PJ O'Donovan from Rapley. Rapley's going to look to make a charge in. And the ball goes over to Chris Nash. He's going to have to take the shot off. Hits the rim, comes down. It's pushed away from Rapley, but it goes straight into Coma's hands. He's bringing the ball up short. Over now, darting around Rapley. Coma, across. The ball is with Clifton. What can this young man do here? Coma across to Stevens. Into Rolf. The ball rolls out of play. It's going to be a King's ball. Will be rapidly bringing the ball in for PJ Donovan. 8:32 left on the clock. 12-point ball game so far. And it's Chris Nash. The ball is punched away by Rolf, but it will be a Chris Nash ball. That's young Oscar Knight calling out instructions to his team. The curly-haired assassin. And Rapley across to PJ Donovan. Beautiful ball. Easy two there. Tempo game. And it's going to be Colin Flounders bringing the ball up for Fusion. Coman out. Great picks from both teams here, freeing up players. Coma, he's got a deadly two. We know he has. It hits the rim, comes down, goes to number 13. Peter Rapley for Thames Valley Kings. PJ Donovan. What can he do here? Donovan to Rapley. They work together as a pair. Ball goes over the basket though, and it's picked up by Rolf. Number 21, Fusion. Over to that young man, Clifton. Displaying his options, gets it over to Stevens, who tries to get to Rolf, but it's intercepted by Chris Nash, and it's Corey Bloomfield. He's got traffic on either side of him, goes to Travers, number 69 for Kings, hits the ring, comes down, is collected by Coma. Coma now with the ball. We know he's got a deadly two, gets it over to Clifton. An easy two for Clifton there. 16:28 here, 6:44 left on the clock. What could PJ Donovan do here? Looking for Peter Rapley, finds him. It's back to Nash. Nash, he'll try for two there, hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Clifton. Clifton weaving through traffic with the help of Stevens, and the ball goes in. There's a foul called. Foul called on the Kings there. I believe that was 13 Rapley. Cross, Tacoma, Clifton. Clifton, it's a long two for him. 16:30. And the lead slowly getting extended here for Fusion. Fusion, of course, the artist formerly known as Storm, formerly known as Raiders, as Peter Rapley gets the ball up. Comes off the rim, gets his own ball back, gets over to PJ Donovan. Donovan gets it in. Corey Bloomfield is out. He's just got himself tickled as Stevens comes out. Coma across to Rolf. Rolf with the two. End-to-end stuff here. 18:22 as PJ Donovan brings the ball up. So Donovan now surveying the situation. What will he do here? Over to Corey Bloomfield. Bloomfield doesn't get the catch. And it's Nash who punches the ball back to O'Donovan. We've got to think they're going to be up to the 24 now. O'Donovan's going to have to take the pass, and he does. Great 2 points there for O'Donovan. 20:32, 4:39 left on the clock. Clifton across to Coma. Coma now Going on around the outside. Comer across to Ralph. Ralph with the shot up. Gets the two. Nope. Wrong side. Getting too old for this. 4:14 left. 14-point game here. If you're interested in fouls, Kings are on 2. Fusion, very well behaved. No fouls so far. As Peter Rapley gets the ball up, hits the rim, comes down to Rolf. Rolf across to Clifton. Clifton trying to go through traffic here. Clifton, ball is up. It's pushed out of the air by 42. It's going to be a Fusion ball. Substitution coming in. Trish Nash for Yaz. And the ball will be coming in. Does. It goes to Comer. We know his 2 front pointers are deadly. Oh, and he tries to get the balls over Stevens. Grabs it just. Whistle has gone. And it's King's ball. Finger off court. And it's Yaz with the ball for Kings, number 23. Over to Corey Bloomfield, 18. Ball goes over to PJ O'Donovan. A bit of a star player for Kings today. He's playing the operation, but he's going to want to do something because the clock must be running down. Yaz, 20 seconds. They're going to have to get the ball over. It's a 24-second violation. May have actually been a 3-second violation of the key on Corey Bloomfield there. As Stevens brings the ball up, 21. Rolf. Deadly with his tooths. .36. This game is far from over. It's now looking for options. PJ O'Donovan. Ball goes over to Bloomfield. And the whistle's gone. And foul is on Founders. Corey Bloomfield will go up for 2. Bennett for Bloomfield. Ball comes down as they go flying. It's foul called on Peter Rapley there. He's discussing with the ref what it was, but it's going to be Comer bringing the ball in for Fusion. Over to Stevens. It's Comer. Ball is short though. It's picked up by Bloomfield. Ball is rolling down. Great pass there to Todd. Travis, he had the ball. Yaz didn't see it. Bloomfield with the ball now. PJ O'Donovan. Peter Rapley. Rapley with a shot, hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Roth. Clifton. The ball is a bit loose. It will be picked back up by PJ O'Donovan. Over to Yaz. Yaz with the ball. He gets a great 2 there. 22-36. Ball goes to Clifton. What can he do here? Down to Flanders. Goes over. Is picked up by Corey Bloomfield. The ball is then pushed out to Peter Rapley through Yaz. And it's a short pass. It's intercepted by Founders from Fusion. Rolf across to Stevens. He is wide open. What a ball. We'll see that in the highlight reel shortly. 22-38. 40 seconds. Going. Yes. Across to PJ O'Donovan. Couple of ends to play in this third quarter. The King rebound and get a couple of baskets here. Rapley to PJ O'Donovan. Back to Rapley. Ball is up from Rapley. Hits the rim. Comes down. Doesn't drop. Goes to Clifton. 14 seconds remaining. Clifton with the ball. And he goes to the ground. Goes to Coma. Stevens. Ball goes up. Hits the rim. Comes down. Goes to Rapley. He'll hold it to the end of the third. 22-38. And nobody's stopping Clifton, and Comer's away here. He'll have a chance for two. Gets it. Who guesses first? Clifton gets his second. The curly head is at it. And Rapley across to PJ O'Donovan. Beautiful ball. Coming out with the ball. We know he's got a deadly two. Gets it over to Clifton. Cross to Coma. Clifton. Clifton. It's a long two for him. Rapley gets the ball up. Comes off the rim. Gets his own ball back. Gets over to PJ O'Donovan. Donovan gets it in. It's out. He's just got himself tickled as Stevens comes out. Coma across to Rolf. Rolf with the two. Back to O'Donovan. We've got to think they're going to be up to the 24 now. O'Donovan's going to have to take the pass, and he does. Great. Coma across to Ralph. Ralph with the shot. Gets the two. Nope. Wrong side. Getting too old for this. Bennett from Bloomfield. Ball comes down as they go flying. Picked back up by PJ O'Donovan. Over to Yaz. Yaz with the ball. He gets a great two there. Intercepted by Founders from Fusion. Rolf across to Stevens. He is wide open. What a ball. We'll get started with the fourth quarter now. Cable's just doing some checks. Whoa! We've got a tyre's just gone. Okay, we're just gonna get another wheel sorted. I believe it's Founders' wheel has just gone pop. You heard it. Standing on the balloon. Both teams have been told to go back to their bench. See you later. See you later. Yeah, this happens occasionally. We apologise. We've got a tyre popping. These things happen. And he's physically changing the tyre on the other side of the court. Then again, you are Colin Flanders, you do kind of own Max wheelchairs, so I'm not surprised. He's just getting in there with the inner tube and just changing it right now. We are between quarters here, it's the fourth quarter. I understand that, that's fine. I just can't believe he's changing his tyres himself. Exactly. Who needs a spare tyre? We can just change the inner tube. So, yeah. Should we see some highlights? And nobody's stopping Clifton, and Homer's away here. He'll have a chance for two. Gets it. Who gets this first? Clifton gets his second. The curly head is at it. And Rapley across to PJ Donovan. Beautiful ball. Coming out with the ball. We know he's got a deadly two. Gets it over to Clifton. Cross, Tacoma. Clifton. It's a long two for him. Rapley gets the ball up. Comes off the rim, gets his own ball back, gets over to PJ Donovan. Donovan gets it in. It's out. He's just got himself tickled as Stevens comes out. Coma across to Rolf. Rolf with the two. Back to O'Donovan. We've got to think they're going to be up to the 24 now. O'Donovan's going to have to take the pass, and he does. Great. Coma across to Ralph. Ralph with the shot up. Gets the two. Nope. Wrong side. Getting too old for this. Bennett from Bloomfield. Ball comes down and they go flying. Picked back up by PJ Donovan. Over to Yaz. Yaz with the ball. He gets a great two there. Intercepted by Founders from Fusion. Rolf across to Stevens. He is wide open. What a ball. If you're just joining us, we're just waiting for one of the Fusion players to change a tyre. Just to let you know, when I change a tyre, it takes me 35 minutes. When he does it, it takes him 4. So we're going to be starting the fourth quarter very shortly. And I'm impressed. I'm absolutely impressed. That was less than 4 minutes. Takes me 35 to do one. He does it in 4. Going to start the fourth quarter here. It's going to be Fusion ball. We're loving the back of Noel's head here. Here we go for the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining us here. If you have joined us, it's 22:38. Hits the rim there from young Clifton. And it's PJ O'Donovan bringing the ball up for Kings now. What can Kings pull out here in the fourth quarter? They're going to need great offense, great defense to be able to pull this one back. It's Humphreys. The shot goes up from Humphreys. It's short. Ball carries on. It's Coma. Bring the ball up. Clifton across to Stevens. Oh, he nearly lost his balance there. Coma. Clifton. Clifton might even try his luck from there. He was looking at the basket, but it's Coma. We know his twos are deadly. That one doesn't quite go. Goes to Geary. Number 50 for Thames Valley Kings. We're just under the 9-minute mark here. 8:45 left on the clock. Over to Conor O'Donovan. Shot goes up. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a Fusion ball. Stevens brings the ball up from Colin Flanders. Speedy Gonzalez to the wheel change. Coma with a shot. We know his twos are deadly, and that one is. Humphreys now. So 7 now. Stevens over to Coma. 0-0. Certainly not been a 0 today. He's had plenty of long twos. Kings do not want to give one away. Stevens hits the rim, comes down, is picked up by Geary. Geary for Kings, bring the ball up. Over the halfway line, it's PJ O'Donovan, number 42. Kings. Ball goes in, Connor O'Donovan hits the rim, comes down, gets his own rebound, gets the points. Now Stevens. And they've left two of the Kings in the background. Coma, Stevens. Whistle has gone. It's an inline ball. Foul is on Geary. For Kings will be a fusion ball. 16-point game here. And the ball goes in. That's Stevens. Racking 2 points there. That young man. That's number 23. Over to PJ O'Donovan. Ball hits up, hits the rim, comes down. 0. It's Coma. Over to Clifton, right in front of me. What can he do here? It's over to that young Knowles. He gets another 2. (24-44) now. Houston have found their rhythm in this fourth quarter. Yeah, 2. Beautiful basket. Little one hustle, but it's Coma bringing the ball up. Goes through traffic and gets the 2. And it's a timeout called by the Thames Valley Kings here. As we go to the timeout. Just a friendly reminder of the next fixtures for the Thames Valley Kings. Next weekend, March 5th, Sussex Bears versus Kings second team away. And Sussex Bears 2 versus Kings 3 in Division 3 South. And on March 6th, CWBA versus Kings in the Premier League. We also want to thank the following people on the screen: Gad's Cats, Berkshire Community Foundation, Dove's Farm, and the local community fund from Co-op. And finally, thank you for the continued support of Kennet Radio 106.7, Newbury, Thatcham, Hungerford, and the Wokingham paper, Newbury Weekly News. Thank you very much. We'll go back to the game. End of the timeout. .5:42 left in this game. Kings 26, Fusion 46. If you're interested in fouls, it's just been the one, and that's for the Thames Valley Kings. PJ Donovan. He's looking for his options. Geary. Shot goes up. Hits the rebound. Comes down. Geary isn't going to quite get to his ball, but it will be a King's ball. It's Geary with the ball now. Geary with a shot. Hits the rim. Goes in. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. 28-46. And it will be that young man, Knowles, putting the ball up for Fusion. A lot of action going in. Clifton's in there. He was unmarked. And he makes the Kings punish with that one. We're down to 4.5 minutes here, 28-48. 20-point buffer here from Plymouth Fusion's second team. PJ Donovan. Great shot. Very much an end-to-end game this has turned into, as Knowles brings the ball up for Fusion. Clifton. Nothing but net on that one. That moves them to 50. Humphreys now for Kings, looking for the option. Gonna want to hurry up though. Can't be that much time left up to 24. Great shot from PJ Donovan. Knowles with the ball again. Over to Clifton. Clifton over to Coma. And it's 2. And the foul is on PJ O'Donovan, so it will be Coma going to the line for 1. Hits the rim. Could be a 4-point thing, but it's picked up by PJ O'Donovan. Number 42 running the ball up here. Donovan looking for options. What can he find? Goes over the yards, but the ball is punched out of his eye, and it goes to Clifton. Clifton looking for a relay. Goes to Coma. What's Coma going to do here? Stevens. Oh, we've got chairs flying all over the place. And the ball has been stopped. And that's Rolf on the floor there, number 21. And as he goes back into his chair, so when we come back, it will be a sideline with 12 seconds left for Fusion. 2:38 left on the clock, 32-52 the score. It's Clifton. Gets the ball from Stevens. Over to Coma. Hits the rim. Comes down. Ball goes to Yaz. Goes to PJ. PJ Donovan now with the ball. Coming down to the final 2 minutes of this match. Connor O'Donovan hits the rim, comes down, picked up by Clifton. It's a long pass, not going to get fast break here from Stevens. Stevens finishing that one off nicely. (32:54) here, 1:55 left on the clock. Ribbons in. Roy Donovan hits the rim, comes down, but it's picked up by Rubber. Now we've got a charge. Is that charging foul? No. Basket is good. It's oh, actually on Stevens. This is first of the game. PJ Donovan showed them how to do it. Against the one, that's a 3-point game there. Stevens bring the ball up, number 77. Long. Roll for the 2. Man down. Yeah. And it's going to be 4 on 3. Stevens is trying to pick himself up. And Shaz with the 2. Oh, and Stevens is finally back in his chair. 1:14 remaining in this game. Not many fouls in this one for either side. Been pretty free flowing. Credit to the guys at Fusion for keeping it clean. It's Rolf now with a long 2. Beautiful goal. Beautiful basket. 37:58, final minute of the game. It's Jazz bring the ball out to the Thames Valley Kings. Ball goes over to Humphreys. Shot is picked up by Kendrick. But the rebound is picked up by Stevens. It's good to Coma. He's going to figure out what he's doing. He doesn't want to get over that line. It's a long pass. It's intercepted. But it's picked up by 77. That's Stevens. Off to Clifton. Short of the pass. Goes to Rolf. Back to Clifton. Back to Coma. Back to Rolf. Hits the rim. Comes down. Gets picked up by 42. PJ O'Donovan. Over to Joe Humphreys. Number 6 for Kings. Hall of Famer. First man in for the Kings Hall of Fame. 5 seconds remaining. Yes, going to want to try it. The buzzer. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. And we've got a second and change here at the end of this one. And the game ends 39-48. Very friendly game here. Congratulations to Fusion 2. We'll stick some final score headlines in.
So say, don't worry about too Friday.
Game ends 39-58, and we'll get you some highlights from that second half in just a few moments. And nobody's stopping Clifton, and Coma's away here. He'll have a chance for 2. Gets it. Yeah. guesses first. Clifton gets his second. The curly head is at it. And Rapley across to PJ Donovan. Beautiful ball. Coming out with the ball. We know he's got a deadly two. Gets it over to Clifton. Cross to Coma. Clifton. Clifton, it's a long two for him. Rapley gets the ball up. Comes off the rim, gets his own ball back, gets over to PJ Donovan. Donovan gets it in. It's out. He's just got himself tickled as Stevens comes out. Coma across to Rolf. Rolf with the two. Back to O'Donovan. We've got to think they must be up to the 24 now. O'Donovan's going to have to take the grab, and he does. Great. Coma across to Ralph. Ralph with the shot up. Gets the two. Nope. Wrong side. Getting too old for this. Bennett from Bloomfield. Ball comes down as they go flying. Picked back up by PJ O'Donovan. Over to Yaz. Yaz with the ball. He gets a great two there. Intercepted by Founders from Fusion. Rolf across to Stevens. He is wide open. What a ball. Thank you everyone for joining us here at the FBC Centre. Hope you enjoyed that game as much as we did bringing it to you, and we will see you very, very soon for the next one. Thank you very much everyone. Speak to you soon.